tablets. We're including wonderful additional applications that come along with your tablet. We're including 2 cases. Just to be very, very clear, this is something people have just wanted a little clarification on. Everybody gets a black tablet. You all get a black tablet and a black case, okay? If you want 2 black tablets, then order black, because that will be your extra tablet, right? It's almost like a buy one, get one. If you want an orange tablet, then you get an orange and a black. Or a purple tablet, then you get a purple and a black. I do know the orange and the pink have been wildly popular. In fact, I think the pink has a very good chance of selling out in this show.
Guys, let me tell you where we stand, because again, this is uncharted territory for us. We have 500 left in pink. So we are taking final orders on pink. To Aaron's point, everybody that buys today receives 2 tablets. Everybody gets a black, then you can choose a color. For those of you that want pink, I have 500 left, and there are no more after that. This is going to be your red, blue, purple, light blue, green and orange. They are beautifully designed. Textured grip on the background, rear camera, front-facing camera. It's Acer, it's Intel inside. And I know that Aaron won't mind me saying it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We are very proud of our incredible team that work behind the scenes, who have really pulled off what we believe to be the biggest offer in America on this Black Friday on a set of 2 tablets. These are premium named, and for $179, 5 flex, 6 if you have the HSN card, and free shipping and handling. You buy one and you get one. So 2 kids, husband, wife, everybody can celebrate. Well, talking of 2, we don't just have Mr. Aaron Berger here tonight. We have Mr. Joe Harrison. Joe, sir, are you scratching your head as well? You buy one, you get one?
It's a phenomenal deal. I can't believe we're able to pull this off for Black Friday. All the colors, all the technology, especially Intel. I'm on the HSN Live chat, by the way. Feel free to write in and ask any question you've got. I'll be there in the entire presentation. If you have a question about hyper-threading, if you have a question about Intel, if you have a question about anything else, feel free to answer, and I'll be back a little bit later on to answer those questions live on HSN.
Thank you so much, Joe. All right, Aaron, let's dig into this, because these are 2 powerful tablets.
Absolutely. With
Intel inside.
2 powerful tablets. Well said. 2.
They do everything we need them to do and more.
They do indeed. They have the #1 processor, you know, in the entire world in them. Intel is the largest brand. Of course, they're from Acer. They have Google, the top operating system in the country. Front and rear facing cameras, an expandable memory card slot, Bluetooth, everything. And I'm sort of giving you all this stuff at the beginning. I'll explain what this all means. But anyone who's been searching for a tablet, you know you want front and rear facing cameras. You know you want the KitKat operating system. I know you want Google Play. Expandable memory, you probably never planned on getting that, because if you go to the mall and spend hundreds of dollars, you don't get expandable memory. So everything you need. I want to show you right away. I want to show you sort of off the bat here. One of the things Joe Harrison was just mentioning is the power of hyper-threading. And what hyper-threading means is basically each of the cores form 2 cores. Each of the cores are split or hyper-threaded, so that means you can process twice as much information. Here's sort of what it looks like. Imagine if you were pouring out, that we usually say milk, but I'll say eggnog, because if nothing else, we try to be timely here. So you had an eggnog pitcher that could pour 2 glasses of eggnog at the same time. You get everything done twice as quickly. Well, that's the deal with the cores in this tablet. So this is a virtual quad core. And when I say virtual quad core, I should, be very clear. An Intel virtual quad core. It's a dual core, but it's virtual quad core, because each of those processes in 2 directions at one time, thanks to that hyper-threading technology. What does that mean for you? It means when you're opening up your application. So, for example, maybe you're hopping online. Maybe you want to surf the web. You want to search HSN or any of your favorite websites. You see how immediate of a process this is. There we go. We're in HSN. We're surfing around. Good to go. Then maybe you want to hop into your social media. So we'll hop right into Facebook. We can surf Facebook. We can add photos and videos because we have a front and a rear-facing camera. Bing, bang, Bob's your uncle. It's an easy, super thing to do, right? You want to hop onto the Play Store. The Play Store is the #1 app store in the country.
Yes, it is.
The #1. There's over 22 million different games and apps and songs and videos and newsstands, etc., that you can download from here. The most information. It actually has the largest ebook store in the world. Not every tablet, not even every Google tablet, comes native and pre-installed with the Google Play Store. This tablet does. So what that what's it called? What the hyper-threaded core, kind of went on me there for a minute. What the hyper-threaded core means for you is that your tablet operates with a speed that really is unrivaled and in a size. I want to point this out as well. The 7-inch size is fantastic for those of us who are on the go. This literally fits in my back pocket. That's one of the things I love about the 7-inch. Now, I like larger tablets, I like smaller tablets. 7-inch is a great size for anyone who's on the go. And I want to point out as well, you'll see the little Intel sticker on the back. I'm using the handy holder, and I'll be using this throughout the whole presentation. This is how I hold a tablet in my hand and demonstrate it at the same time. I think it is such a cool thing for any of you guys to have. Anyone who owns a tablet, I think you'll find the handy holder to be incredibly convenient no matter what direction you're holding your tablet in. It can be removed as well. It has this really cool way that it clicks back into place, but just a really nice addition. Of course, you'll want to take that handy holder off when you're using the built-in case. The built-in folio case. This forms an easel. This is an easel case, so you can set this trains, planes, and automobiles wherever you're headed. Your case goes with you, Mr. Freeman.
Guys, we're in the biggest Today special of the year. Just to make this clear,
Indeed.
The biggest Today special of the year is happening right now. Hundreds of people are now ordering. They're telling me 300 left in the pink if you'd like it. I'm holding 2 tablets because that's what you will receive. 2 tablets and 2 cases. So everybody that calls in tonight receives 2 tablets, 2 cases, 2 app packs, 2 micro USB cables, 2 AC adapters, hundreds of dollars worth of vouchers and coupons. It is our Black Friday extravaganza. Now, earlier tonight, we welcomed in over 2,000 new customers. I want to explain something that we will do that no regular retail store will do today. Anybody with a major credit or debit card, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, all the big ones, anybody that calls us right now can order these for less than $36 and we will deliver them immediately. No layaway, no application, no finance charges, no fees. Anybody can order 2 tablets, 2 cases, 2 app packs for $35 and change. Him and her. Grandson, granddaughter, 2 children who want that ultimate gift this holiday season, you got it. I think what amazed everybody is that we're offering not brand X, brand Y, but Acer, the 4th largest computer manufacturer in the world today, have built this for you. They've also put Intel inside, hyper-threading technology. I also want to warn anybody who is shopping around, it's a big thing out, I don't know if you know this as well. We were just doing some investigation and some research earlier. Please be aware, it is in the news and the media that a lot of folks will go out right now on this Black Friday and buy tablets of really an off-brand nature. Many of them have malware already inside it.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary. I don't want to scare anybody, but you must be careful. Aaron, on Black Friday, we're tempted by the low prices, we're tempted by the great values. Cheap isn't always the best.
No. Good value, it means you're getting a great product as well, right? And so when you're getting the #1 processor company in the world, when you're getting the #1 operating system in the country, when you're getting one of the top 4 names in global PC manufacturing, so you know you're in great shape. Plus, you're getting HSN's extended holiday return policy till January 31st. So if for any reason you didn't love your tablet, you're going to love your tablet. You're going to love this tablet. A few things that I want to show you guys. One of the ways that I sort of judge a tablet's speed right away is I talk to the tablet. I check its voice recognition. We expect when we go to the mall, $500, $600, $700 for a great tablet, we expect it to have a built-in voice assistant. At this price, for 2 tablets, I think a lot of us would think, well, that's probably something that's not there. It is. In fact, with the Google Android operating system, with the KitKat operating system, I want to show you. Take a look at my screen. You can ask your tablet just about anything and get almost instant answers. And this is thanks to that hyper-threading. This is thanks to the power of that processor. So, for example, you know, these things are on our mind this time of year, so we have to find out things like, where is the North Pole? You know, I mean, just in case, if you're on the naughty list, you've got some making up to do.
It's a town in central Alaska. It is actually nowhere near the real North Pole.
Can you believe that? There's a place called North Pole, Alaska. Did you know?
I did not know that.
Okay, well, it's good to know. Okay,
it's a good job you're here,
You're paying attention, right? Okay, because you got other things I've got to show you. The English might know this already, but I've wondered about this since I was a kid.
Tell me.
What is figgy pudding? Have you ever had figgy pudding, Mr. Freeman?
Yeah, figgy pudding is a pudding
You mean sticky pudding?
No, it's figgy pudding. Like, some figgy pudding. Some figgy pudding.
I think it's sticky pudding.
No, it's figgy pudding, and it's in a Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens. You know what? We're gonna prove it here in a minute. We're gonna find out. I don't think it's. Look, that's figgy pudding. It's pudding made with figs.
Yeah, sure.
Do you like figs?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I actually like figs too, and I like pudding, so I can't see anything wrong with this whatsoever. If you wanted to do a little bit of navigating, if you want, maybe your kids have some research to do for school that actually we're going into, right? You know, the good news is holiday season. The bad news is right after holiday season is the second semester, and man, that spring semester is hard. It's a long semester. It's a tough semester. It's really when, if you had, you know, anyone who struggled a little bit this year with math or with science or with history or with a language, this will be a godsend for your students. Watch. Who is Abraham Lincoln?
According to Wikipedia, Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States, serving from March 1861 until his assassination in April 1865.
And I'll even do one for Adam. Who is Henry VIII?
According to the British monarchy, Henry VIII was born at Greenwich on the 28th
Handsome chap, wouldn't you say?
1491, the second son
He'd had
of
some
Edward
figgy pudding,
VII.
probably. That's what they say, right? You had a voracious appetite, apparently. So anyway, you get the idea, right? No matter what you're after, no matter what it is you're learning about or interested in, this is the answer for you.
Aaron, I'm so sorry. I've got to do this. Folks,
What do you gotta do?
They're telling me, you're not going to believe this, because for those folks that are just tuning in and saying, hang on, how have they sold 13,000? We had a pre-sale about 4 hours ago, which just was like a rocket ship to the moon. I have just over 100 of the pink. If you want the pink, it's final orders. Remember, everybody that orders the pink receives one black and one pink. So everybody placing an order will receive one black tablet and then a pink, a red, a blue, a purple, an orange, a green, or the light blue. So you cannot go wrong with this value of this deal, but we are now taking final orders on the pink. The other thing that I was going to say to you is that when you get this home, it's that knowledge of knowing that you don't need to go buy anything else. Look at this, a deluxe custom-made case. We include 2 of them because you're getting 2 tablets. It is a phenomenal offer. It's what Black Friday is all about. It's a no-brainer. It's instantaneous. It's exciting. It saves us a lot of money, and we're buying a quality product. Not 1 camera, but 2 cameras. Not just an amazing tablet, not just an amazing case, apps. And listen to this. We almost don't even talk about this, and we should. We're going to include 1 year subscription to Wired magazine. So we are throwing everything, and I mean everything, at this, and that's why now close to 14,000 have been sold with everybody in the ordering process. Aaron, there are those of us that want to buy tablets for the people that we love this holiday season.
Absolutely.
To get 2 for $179 is unheard of.
Well, I think the truth is there's a lot of us that want to buy a tablet for someone we love, and we want one for ourselves, too, right? I mean, come on, give one, gift one. It's perfect. This is a great way to treat yourself as well. No one will ever know. You don't have to tell anyone that it was basically a twofer, right? Nobody has to know that. Keep the colored one for yourself. Keep the black and white one for yourself. It doesn't matter. As a gift, you will blow someone's socks off when you give them this tablet. Okay, a couple of things that I want to show you guys. I'm going to hop into my gallery here. You know, I love the Play Store. As I was saying earlier, the Google Play Store is really one of the most incredible places. It's the largest app store in the country, so there's over 1 million apps and games that are built into it. This was a free little application called Elf Yourself. So there's Adam Freeman busting a move, and Joe Harrison and I were all in there dancing. You'll see there's lots of us. So we have taken this to the that was it was a crazy night at the North Pole. There were candy cane wrappers everywhere by midnight. Yeah, so it's just one of the fun little things you can do. This was actually a free app that we can download. We can do this because we have a front-facing and a rear-facing camera. So we took some pictures of me and of Joe and of Adam, and then we practiced our dance moves, and we got this all down and working. One of the other things I want to show you, and I think this is, we are skilled. We got skills. Something else I want to show you guys. I think this is so cool. This is another app that I downloaded. You know what it is? What? It's a translator.
Translator?
Yeah, so I'll be to understand every word you say.
English to American?
English, yes, from Adam's English to my own Southern English. It should be. We understand at least 60-65% of what each other says. So there's a translator right here. Actually, later in the year, I'm really excited. I've been planning this for such a long time. Trip of a lifetime. I'm going to go to Prague. I'm so excited. Yeah, really looking forward. Now, I will need to pick up a little Czech maybe between here and there. So from English to Czechoslovakian, right? How do we do things? How do I say this? I'm going to say it in English because I don't know Czechoslovakian. I'm going to say, Happy holidays, my friend Adam.
Veselé svátky mým přítelem Adam.
There you go.
Let's see.
Happy holidays. I've almost got that memorized.
That's just...
I do. Yo,
You
I need
don't
that.
need to do
it's
that.
pretty great. It really is pretty cool to have a translator with you everywhere you go, isn't it?
Okay, let's just quickly recap because we only have at this stage about 15 or 16 minutes left. This is Black Friday on HSN. It is the biggest day of HSN's calendar. It's the biggest day of savings. There's one box with one tablet in, and there's a second. Yep, if you're comparing channel to channel, store to HSN, you get two premium brand Acer tablets with Intel inside. Dollar for dollar, anybody who is shopping tonight, I know you agree, and that's why we've sold so many, we have the best value going. We've got the best deal with the most bonuses. You get two tablets, you get two cases, you get two app packs, you get a year subscription to Wired Magazine. We give you everything. I mean, I won't even go into this other stuff, but you're going to be surprised. We're going to include a $50 voucher to Poyomi. You've got $50 to spend on creating calendars, photo albums. We're going to give you a $75 coupon to download your own magazine subscriptions. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. It's amazing. Let me quickly take you through the colours one more time. With now over 1,000 people in the ordering process, I'm simply waiting to hear when the pink's sold out. It's going to be any moment at this stage in the game. The tablets themselves are 7 inches, easy, convenient, light. It does have that Intel hyper-threading processor. That's why it's fast. That's why it's powerful. 16 gigs of memory, you can expand it. It can grow with
and
you.
That's huge.
Dual cameras, so you can take photos and videos. You can do conference calling, video calling. You've got access to the Play Store with the world at your fingertips, and you've got the brand of Acer. All right, let's have a quick look over here for a second. Remember, tonight when you order, everybody receives a black tablet. You can order 2 black tablets, you simply order black. So no matter what color you choose, everybody will receive 1 black, and then you've got light blue, lime green, orange, purple, blue, red, and I really shouldn't even mention the pink because it's not going to be fair for anybody that's going to miss out on that. So at this stage, Aaron, let's go to the phones because Jean in Pennsylvania is calling in. Jean, welcome to the show. Welcome to Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you tonight?
I'm okay. I'm in the hospital, actually. I've been in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and I've been watching the show, and I can't believe the deal I got on these tablets. I got one for myself and one for a gift.
Oh, Gene, well, first of all, we're sorry to hear you're in hospital on this Thanksgiving, but we're thrilled that we could at least make your day with this. It sounds like you've been looking around at different prices, though.
Yes, I have been, and this is really a great deal. I've been looking for something like this for quite a while, and like I said, I've been doing my Christmas shopping with now with your program, and I've been doing pretty well.
Well, we are over the moon. Gene, did you take advantage of the flex pay as well?
Yes, I did. I sure did.
Oh, that is awesome. Gene, well, first of all, we'll get these sent straight out to you, but most important of all, we wish you well. God bless. Feel better.
Okay, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thanks
Gene.
so much,
Happy
Gene.
Thanksgiving to you. Just to let you know what's going on as well tonight, when we've done this presentation, we have one other item in this show that is honestly like a second today's special. I won't reveal what it is because it'll take all the excitement from it, but please trust me, it's worth sticking around. We'll get to it in 15 minutes. Joe, sir, what are people saying on our community and chat pages?
Lots of great questions coming in. If you want to join the conversation, I'm on the HSN community chat. I'll be here the entire hour answering everything that you've got. Tons of questions coming in already about Intel. They're asking, is it the same Intel processor or same Intel company you would find in a computer? Yes, this is Intel inside with that hyper-threading. So it's going to virtually turn those 2 cores you have into 4 cores, making this virtually a quad-core processor inside. People just can't believe the amazing technology you're getting out of that hyper-threading. I believe this is one of the first times we've ever had it inside a tablet. The other thing people are asking, how long is the battery life? Up to 7 hours on the battery life for this one. And how much RAM is there or how much storage is there? 16 gigabytes on each tablet. Those are just some of the questions that we're answering, but feel free to join me on the HSN community chat. I'll be back a little bit later on to even answer more questions.
Thank you so much, Joe. It's great that Joe is here to really, if you have anything that you need to know and we're not talking about it, Joe is there to answer them. I think as we watch this presentation, we're waiting for that kind of penny to drop as to, well, what's missing? What is honestly not in this tablet for $179 to get 2 of them for that price? There's got to be something missing. Folks, there isn't. It's as simple as that. Keep one yourself, give one to somebody you love. I mean, really, it's a phenomenal offer. Just as a small thing, when you hold this, remember this, when you open the box and you take it out, when you hold this tablet in your hand, you will not believe you only paid $179 for 2 of them. The case, Aaron, the case. This isn't some cheap, flimsy case. You could spend $40, $50, $60 on a case like this.
Especially a case that's custom made for the tablet. Right? I mean, this is the one that's dyed to match. I think the green tablet is super cool. There's so many colors to talk about. Oh, this is cool too. I've never seen this on a case. You see these 2 little spaces back here? These are 2 little places to hold extra micro SD cards. Isn't that smart? Because this has an expandable memory card slot on it. In fact, to that point, let's talk a little bit about all of the features in the tablet. Yes, we're including the case. Yes, we're including the Wired magazine, all these wonderful apps, including apps that allow you to create, edit, and view Word, Excel, and PowerPoint documents. But let's go through the 7-inch high-definition touchscreen. You'll love the touchscreen. Intel inside, and it's an Intel hyper-threaded processor, virtually like having quad cores. 16 gigs of memory, a full gigabyte of RAM, dual cameras, front and rear-facing cameras. So whether you're taking video, whether you're taking pictures, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter or Instagram or any of those things, Bluetooth built in, and from one of the top computer manufacturers, actually they're number 4, ranked number 4 right now. They're always in the top 5 computer manufacturers in the entire world. One of the things I want to talk about is the expandable memory card slot. First of all, I have to point this out because I'm live streaming video. I'm live streaming HSN right here. You know, how often do you live stream with your television? Or, excuse me, with your computer, and do you see like a little circle or a little hourglass? It's buffering. You don't see that here. And isn't that extraordinary? In a device that is so incredibly thin, with about a 7-hour battery life, and it is frankly an extremely affordable option, especially when you consider you're getting 2, not 1, but 2. Just notice how clear that that streaming of video is. Okay, if you want to download a lot of video, if you want to download a lot of music, if you want to download a lot of games or books or what have you, this is something that you really need to pay attention to. First of all, this has the Google Play Store, okay? The Google Play Store is the #1 app store anywhere. There's over 1 million apps and games. It's the world's largest selection of ebooks. Extraordinary thing to say, this little tablet has the world's largest selection of ebooks inside it. Over 22 million, in total, over 22 million games, books, apps, etc. you can download. Now, with most tablets that you buy at the mall, tablets that you go and you pay $600 or $700 or $800 for, they have fixed memory. So if you get 16 gigs or 32 gigs or whatever, when you fill them up with apps and games and movies and music, etc., then you have to either start deleting items on the tablet or you have to go upgrade the tablet if you want more room.
Right.
That is not the case. I want to be very clear. That is not the case with this tablet because, do you see right here? This has a little slot. It's called a micro SD card slot. That micro SD card slot allows you to put in a micro SD card, which is just like, you know, the card that you put in your camera, the SD card that you put in your camera?
Yeah.
It's just like that, only it's smaller, costs $10, $15, something like that. You can triple your memory. You can put in up to a 32 gigabyte card, and you can have several of those cards, maybe one you keep apps on, one you keep games on. That means this tablet is future-proof.
Yes.
You're never going to get to the state where you go, oh, well, I filled it up, I got to go buy a new one. Man, that's a bummer. That was a nice tablet, but it didn't last very long. That's not how it works. This has an expandable memory. That is not true of many of the several hundreds of dollar tablets that you buy at the mall. To that point, I want to show you on the case. I mentioned this earlier. I've never seen another case. See these 2 little slots? You know what they're for? To pop 2 little micro SD cards in. Because they cost next to nothing, they weigh nothing, and you can have all of the information you want with you on your tablet on the go. You can expand this to more like a computer-sized memory because of the micro SD card slot.
Well, here we go. 10 minutes left. Final 10 minutes of the presentation. 15,000 spoken for. 2 tablets from Acer with Intel inside. Premium brand. Not an off-brand, premium brand. 2 cases. 2 app packs. The Wired magazine. You know, the one thing as well that I absolutely recommend, not only for you, but if you're giving this as a gift. I had to confirm this earlier because it didn't make sense to me. You know, we offer like a warranty, a protection warranty. If, God forbid, you drop it or somebody spills coffee on it or the kids throw it across the room. We're offering for listen to this, I've written it down, $25.95, 2-year warranty covers both of them. That means each tablet, $12 and change to cover it for 2 years. Drops, breaks, screen cracks, anything. So highly, highly, highly recommend our Protection Plus. $25.95 protects both tablets for 2 whole years. In these final 10 minutes, I'll quickly go over the colours one last time. Every single person that is ordering tonight will receive a black tablet. If you want 2 black tablets, order black. But if you want another colour, you can choose pink for the final dozen, folks. Red, blue, purple, orange, green, light blue. I love that light blue. It is gorgeous. Aaron, sir, with now over 1,000 people now scrambling to try and get in, with nearly 15,000 spoken for, I mean, we realised that the offer was very compelling. It beats virtually anything that I've seen.
Indeed.
Certainly nobody else has FlexPay like we do and the Extra Flex.
Or the name brands, for goodness sake.
This is
Intel
Black
and Acer.
Friday at its best.
Yeah.
At its best.
I agree. Couldn't agree more. One of the, you're getting 2 tablets, right? One of the best things about this is 2 tablets, so black and then your choice of colors. You're going to be able to Skype. You're actually going to be able to Skype with anyone who has a computer or a tablet or a phone. But I want to show you right now, I'm Skyping with my good buddy, Joseph Harrison. Did you have a good Thanksgiving, sir?
Absolutely. Had a great time. Me and my little teddy bear happy. We're chilling here and enjoying both of our tablets.
I thought that was a teddy bear that you had in the shop. You guys would know if you saw Joe walk around the studio. He's almost never without a teddy bear.
That's
so
right.
I expected
I'm
that
a boy
to
at
be.
heart.
What kind of questions do we have going on in chat, Joe?
A lot of great questions. People are asking about the software that's coming with it. Specifically, can you edit, create, and share Word documents? Yes, there's a great program that will be included with it. All those extra goodies are still coming with your tablet, and still getting a lot of questions about Intel. People just can't believe there's an Intel processor inside this powerful tablet, one of the best prices we've ever had. Keep those questions coming, but I'll be on the community chat to chat live with you right now.
Excellent. And to that point, maybe we should show everyone again. We have a great little video that sort of describes what hyper-threading is. Sure. Because Intel, this is an exclusive and proprietary technology to Intel. No one else, there's not another company in the world that has hyper-threading in their processors. And what it means is the processors can do 2 things at once. So if you had a milk jug, and you could, or a coffee pot, whatever, and you could pour 2 cups at one time, it would cut the time in half, right? Same idea with these processors. So when you're streaming high-definition video, when you're downloading music, when you're doing all of those things, one thing that I strongly, strongly recommend, this is one of our bonus buys today, we have 2. We have a Power Now charger, which I think is pretty self-explanatory, and it's wonderful. It's a great price on this charger to charge your phone, to charge your tablet, charge all those things on the go. This gives you an extra charge. It's a wonderful little guy. And then Viper antivirus as well. I want to explain Viper for just a moment. This protects 3 tablets.